Hi, I'm Leah.
And I'm Courtney.
And this is Chew It Twice.
Exploring ruminant animals. So our learning objectives today are students will learn the difference between a large and a small ruminant, and then students will learn the names of the 4 parts of a ruminant system, and students will learn how those 4 parts of a ruminant system interact with each other.
Our words to know for this lesson is ruminant. A ruminant is a mammal that has a 4-chambered stomach to help it digest tough plant materials like grass or hay. And the 4 parts are a rumen, which is the first stomach, which is where digestion first begins. The reticulum, which is the second stomach, it acts as a filter and it actually allows animals to chew their cud. We'll get to that later. Then there's the omasum, which is the third stomach that absorbs all the water. And then there's the abomasum, which is the true stomach, which works just like how our stomach works.
Okay, so how does a ruminant digestive system work? Let's dive into that. Okay, so first we have cattle. And I know you've all seen cattle out in the fields, especially here in Tennessee. So cattle are large ruminants. They primarily are grazers, which means they just graze on grass. Except for in the winter months, they require hay because, obviously, grass doesn't grow in the winter. And hay is a little bit harder for them to digest. But essentially, that's about all cattle eat. You can give them grain and stuff, but they're primarily grazers.
Okay, their digestive system works like this. So when that cow is out there eating, the grass that she's eating, she chews it up and it gets sent to the rumen, which is this big part that makes up this whole side right here. So once it enters the rumen, the larger parts go back to the reticulum. So the reticulum is right here. The reticulum acts as a filter and it sends those bigger parts back up to their mouth where they can chew their cud. So once they chew their cud, once they get all that broke down in their mouth, then it goes to the omasum, which absorbs all that spit back into their body, and then it sends what they need, those nutrients, into the abomasum, which connects to the small intestine and then the large intestine, just like how our digestive system works.
Okay, and next we have sheep. Sheep are small ruminants, so their whole digestive system works the same way, but there's one slight difference. Leah, what do you notice most when you see a sheep and a cow?
They're smaller.
Right, sheep are so much smaller. And so, just like humans, a smaller person, they're going to digest food a lot faster. So, when you have sheep out there in the field, they're grazing, but they're grazing a whole lot more because they digest it so much faster, right? So, sheep require a little bit more of a protein grain or pellet feed, wherever you get that from, TSC, Co-op. I know you've all seen it. It's got corn in there, maybe molasses, a lot of stuff in it to help them. It has enzymes in it to help them break down stuff a little bit better, protein, just because they're so much smaller and they require so much more digestion.
Okay, this is a picture of what their system looks like. You noticed in a cow, it kind of took up the whole front half because cows are a lot bigger, but a sheep, their stomach is their whole body. So they're constantly needing energy to keep that going. So, like Courtney said, they need a whole lot more protein supplements so that those enzymes can help break down that food instead of just depending on the grass to do.
All right, so this is the fun part. This is where you get to go back to elementary school and color. So we have an activity. And so you guys are going to draw your own diagram. So we're going to have these up for you all. And so what you're going to do is you're going to either pick a large or a small ruminant, and you're going to draw the diagram and teach it to me just like we taught it to you. Thank you.